So we have tentatively agreed or concluded that it is about tens of millions of US dollars per capital project at stake that could be resolved as the saving and nevertheless contributed by the project supply chain management to the total cost of project ownership. With that at stake, would it make sense to significantly improve the common practice today and bring it to the next level? Of course it should, shouldn't it? Now, here we may have a little practical situation because if you look at the recruiting ads and the job requirement, many of these owners, operators, when it comes to project logistics, you will see preferably with undergraduate degree with minimum 5 years in the logistic. Really? You think that's enough? We're in the times of AI and everybody talks about machine learning and smart this, smart that, whereas project inbound material logistics operation management still stays in this situation as it is today. Well, if you have the managers recruiting the technicians, or rather the technician in the logistic field that is not capable or at least not comfortable to conduct quantitative analysis to improve the operational efficiencies and economic efficiencies of a project, then basically the project logistic, actually project supply chain management to go with it, will be lagging behind the whole development of the industry. Once again, we see this digital this and the smart that in many onshore and offshore projects. And yet the supply chain management still stay in the dark ages, not so much different from the, let's say 50, 60 years ago, when the whole thing was somewhat more quote unquote advanced from, let's say 120 years ago. So there's definitely a need to update the knowledge for the in-house logistics at the owners operators to improve all around so that they can actually become accountable if you put them there. Now, we are talking about operational research that definitely will, in many cases, help a lot on the cutting of the delay of capital equipment deliveries, nonetheless, to help it more in sync with the master plan for the scheduled erections and installations on the construction site. So all these problems, a lot of it could be solved mathematically as a tool. Obviously, you can never really rely on math or the computer technology, information technology, software to solve all problem, because after all, the change management is more to deal with the human behavior, and that is pretty much a big part of the 1PL knowledge, not otherwise available to the 2PLs, 3PLs, even 4PLs integrated into the owner-operators' operations of supply chain management, even if they become available, because that's not their job. So, in conclusion, I would argue it is time, actually it's long overdue, to update the knowledge for the center of expertise, as some put it, so that your in-house logistic management would become more competent to bring the supply chain management quality to the next level where it needs to be, and to actually expect tens of millions of dollars of saving from each and every capital project. Not only that is possible, it is actually absolutely necessary. It is really just a matter of decision. When do you want it to happen? And about how, it's just purely technical.